Alright, welcome to episode 5 of the $1,000 Garage. We actually just filmed episode 4. We got cameraman Will's truck fixed. Still don't know why I did that, but happy to help a friend learn something, and maybe some people could actually watch how to do that if they want to do it. So check that out if you've got a Cummins. If you don't worry about it. Back to the Forester here. One of the things that I want to check is, are my fluids from the transmission to the differential still making friends when they shouldn't? It's very concerning. It's still shifting a bit weird, but again, got about 278,000 miles on the car. I'm surprised the transmission's even made it this far. So I'm gonna check these fluids, show you what they look like. I'll try to put a little image here of the mega fluid that I had. So let's see if I can fit it in this box. That would be really great. And I'll show you on a paper towel the color and just get that sorted out. And then while I'm at it, I'm gonna check my oil level and my coolant and my brake fluid. Just because this car hasn't made it this far by accident, you gotta check the boring stuff just about every time you get with the car. And that way you know that it's gonna only fail for something that should fail and not by accidentally not having enough fluids in your little bits. So thank you.
Cool.
So to start off, the first thing that I'm really interested in is my automatic transmission fluid, otherwise known as ATF. So if you can get in here, Will, if you got one of these and you don't know how to check it, just look for the little yellow handle right there and you just pull it out. Now, I'm not checking the level, I'm just checking the condition. And one thing that's important to note is that if you actually want to check the level of your transmission, make sure your car is hot. All right? One of my friends told me, Jonathan, you know, drive it to work, drive it back, keep driving it, and then maybe still check it after that. But the condition, it's actually not too bad. It's a lot pinker than it used to be, but you can still see some of that clutch material. And I might do another drain and refill to get this fluid into a better condition to see if the transmission does start to shift better. So nothing too concerning. The other thing you can do with transmission fluid too, sniff on it a little bit. I don't know exactly what I'm smelling for, but what I've heard is that you want to smell for burning. You want to smell for like that carbon, just nasty. But this smells like the normal amount of nasty, and again, not too concerned about it. So don't forget to put your dipstick back in. And like so.
Quick question for the viewers. Does it have to be running to check your transmission fluid?
Yeah. See, again, I'm just checking the, I guess I didn't really finish what I was explaining before. See, I'm trying to get better at explaining stuff to you guys because, you know, I'm good at cracking jokes, but I want you to accidentally learn something from watching this channel. You need your engine running when you check the level of transmission fluid, because the whole automatic transmission runs off of the flow of that automatic transmission fluid. So the way to think about it is your level is flowing like this, and you just want to see how high it's getting up on that dipstick. And that's why my friend Jonathan was saying that you need your car running and hot for a long time before you check the fluid. So now, here's something that I wasn't able to do the last time I tried. I'm gonna try to check differential fluid without taking all this stuff off. I'm gonna have to contort myself. I'm gonna have to say a few prayers and really get in there. Oh gosh. Oh. I'm laughing at myself as I edit this right now. I do find an easier way to do this later in the video, so stick around to the end and watch that. But for now, let's just go ahead and watch me struggle. The pain.
The struggle is real.
Can you see my hand?
I can't.
Ow. Oh, that was so close.
This is what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
No, this is what turns boys into men.
You get it?
No. Because you lose sight of your hand almost immediately.
Do you want me to try it since I got smaller hands? Sound, I hear it. It's almost out.
Yeah, but what's great is I'm not going to be able to check the level of it because I got my hand all over it. Ow! Little stinker, dude. Whoa. So.
That looks great.
Yeah. Really good news. Really good news is, yeah, don't ignore the dirt. That might be some of that material that's building up on the drain cap. I might.
Does it smell like gear oil or ATF?
It smells like gear oil.
Nice.
So this is really good news. What I expected to find here is a little bit of pink, and I'm not. I'm seeing all gear oil here and what looks like all transmission fluid in the transmission. So it looks like just simply draining the differential and putting the correct fluid in there, and draining the transmission and putting the correct fluid in there has at least temporarily fixed my issue. And one of my theories with working on cars is always try the cheapest, easiest option first. It's not because I'm lazy, it's not because I'm cheap. I am both of those. It's because that's what makes the most sense, right? If I went trying to replace seals and trying to do a whole other fancy stuff, I would probably end up hurting the car worse. Just by changing the fluid to see how bad the problem is, I've at least extended the car a couple thousand miles for about $40 of transmission fluid. So I'm gonna try to wiggle this back in there, and then I'll get to checking on my oil, checking my coolant, and just about anything else that I've got on the car. So we weren't gonna film it, but I found an easier way to get at the dipstick. So come here and look. If you got a 98 Forester, I think up to like 2001, maybe even later, you know, it's down in there. So what I try to do is reach it through there, but there's another way. Just reach behind. Get as close as you can to the firewall, and you can grab it real easy and pull it out. So hopefully you can see my hand there, but just go right where this main body harness goes in, right behind the air filter, and you can get it out without tearing up your arm. All right, so now we're gonna check the oil. Now, the last time I told you, you know if you should change it because of the way it is. So we're gonna check the way that it is. But I also realized that we didn't get a good film of it. Condition, pretty good. All right, so now after you clean your dipstick, you dip it on in there and recheck it. So we're actually only a little bit low. So you can see it should be up to this hole, and it's not. So I might just add a little bit extra oil, keep the engine happy, keep it running, because right now my current goal is to get...
Is it in the middle?
I mean, it was, yeah, it
that's
probably
fine.
needs, it's fine, but I like adding it, because if it's gonna burn it,
Yeah.
just add it in.
Okay.
See, Will's talking from a new car perspective, right? New car meaning anything under 200,000 miles. When you're pushing 300,000 miles, if you have a chance to add oil, do it. It's gonna burn it. Like, you're gonna need it. And then also, you wanna check your coolant. Well, that's not that good. There's some in there. So when I see this is low, I want to check my level here. Oh, we're money.
Could also be because it's just kind of chilly outside than it normally is. So naturally, there's more absorbed into the engine.
I mean, we could check the science on that. Oh, you want to make sure to spill it. I'm using distilled water here because, again, a nearly 300,000 mile Forester deserves only the best. And then if you want to get fancy, you can add some directly to the radiator.
Only if it's low, though.
And it was.
And only when the car is cold. Because clearly when it's warm, there's going to be pressure built up.
Yeah, don't try to do that. All right, I've made some car mistakes before, but just whatever you do, if the car is hot, if the car is running, don't take that one off. This here's the pressure cap. This one, you can mess with it all day. This here's got some danger on it. All right, well, this is just a little update I wanted to post. It's looking like we've got good news so far on replacing the transmission fluid and replacing the differential fluid. Pointed the wrong one. Differential's on this side, transmission's on this side.
Okay,
There's a lot of other little projects I want to do on the car. I don't know if you could tell, but I've got zip ties holding on my grill here, and it's in pieces because I did rear end somebody with this vehicle. I was going about 3 miles per hour. We both drove off. He thought it was no big deal. I thought it was no big deal, and we were both on time for work. But I might want to replace this, but this is where I start to overthink things. I want to have my little grill repainted before I replace it, and when I ordered the grill online, it's just blank plastic. Turns out a lot of body parts are sold that way. So let me know what project you want me to do next. Should I replace the grill? Should I actually replace this with a power mirror? Because again, this one's still manual. Only the driver's side's power. You know, let me know if you got any suggestions, comments down below. What should I do to the old Forester next? Let me know. And for now, that's a job complete. So I know I said it's a job complete, but this was a lie. I didn't actually add the oil in. So I want to show you guys what I use in this car. Now, this does say on the label, heavy duty diesel engine oil. This is neither heavy duty or diesel, but because it's got the right little bits of triple protection in there, we can actually use this oil in the Forester. And I actually started to run this because it's making a little bit of noise when you start it up. So this is a 1540 Shell Rotella. It's a lot less expensive than other full synthetics out there. And what I like about this, and better than the old stuff that I used to use, it's in the big blue container. Let me just go grab it. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So I used to run this Shell Rotella T6 5W40, but this was getting a little too thin for the old boy. So what I'm using these days is Shell Rotella T4, much thicker, and it's actually made a little less noise, and it's running a little bit better on this stuff. So another little trick that I've learned over the years of putting a lot of oil in leaking cars, because I've only had one vehicle in my entire life under 100,000 miles. I still have it. I will reveal my other vehicles on the channel, but I'm gonna get some momentum first. I wanted to see if I could just get some viewers with the Forester and show those other cars, but again, you don't always need a funnel when you use a container like this. If you aim steady and true enough, you want to put the spout on the top here, you can actually pour oil all over your vehicle. I'm really happy that I spilled on that because I was very confident I was not.
If you aim steady and true enough.
But
And he wonders why it smokes.
I wish that's why it smoked, man. I love it. All the anticipation, all the buildup pours oil directly on my crankcase.
I wouldn't clean it until you're done, buddy, just in case he's one more.
Oh, that's about all it needed.
You sure?
You want me to add more than that? Yeah, probably a little bit more. All right, second try here. Let's see if you can fail twice for the camera, folks. You actually got to be a little brave with it. Oh, so that's the trick. You got to pour it a little faster, because if you're too slow with it, like I was, you'll spill it. If you're a little bit quicker, you'll only spill a drop. Helpful hints. Again, learn from my failures.
Now check the dipstick.
I swear, man. I look a lot better off camera than I do on camera, right? Just because it's filmed, I mess up. Just make sure I didn't overfill it. We're good.
Yeah, we're perfect.
It covers
Right
the
there.
hole.
Yep.
It's perfect. So now the Forester can be happy and healthy for another few thousand miles. And I'll just keep checking it until it looks bad enough to change like I did last time. So this is an actual job complete. Thanks for watching my helpful hint here and watching me spill oil all over my car. And have a nice day.